The body can also eat, do not waste. The beginning of the story is a very barbaric scene. Underground. The blood of a man's body. They're being run by blue heads. Gold head enclosure. He finally has food to eat. The man's eyes are on the floor. Upside down. Emerging the blood ray long casino stripe. There is blood in the eyes. It hurts so much in those painful eyes. There's a silhouette of a woman. The girl is leaning against her breath. This man is a dancer. Inadvertently appear bland say. I told him to open the door. The supplies you got, remember to give me a share. The body died in pain and remorse. It's Truong Yi, our main male. Truong Yi's hand was given to Wu Xing. I hate to think I'm too naive. If there's a life after today, you have to pay back 100 times what you did to me. The epidemic suddenly woke up. The sweat is full of breath. Maybe God feels bad for you, so I sent you back to the city of heaven. About a month ago, when the world is frozen, the police are wondering what's going on. I was not killed by my neighbor. Truong Yi opens the phone to see the calendar. November 12th is a month away from the global ice cap. Happy translation. Standing by land can enjoy the warm rays. After days of being surrounded by ice, I came back to life and came in. February 2050. Blue star affected by supernova explosion. 500,000 light-years away. Our Earth must welcome the storm. Holding balls around the globe. In Tianhai City usually cozy day. Now it's down to -60 to 70 degrees. A month-long blizzard flooded the entire city. Large-scale species extinction, including humans. Zhang Yi was angry. It's not easy to get my supplies. Based on the supermarket warehouse management relationship, the result was stolen by the wolves. They even cut up their bodies for food. A rush to plan. To avoid ending up like a previous life, the urgent task now is to be safe. Hoard enough goods to survive the end of the world. Then get revenge on that shit. Zhang Yi carefully considered. Food and entertainment must be focused. You've got to have the perfect weapon to fight them. There is no strength to fight back. Suddenly a blue light flashed across Zhang's eyes. Truong is rubbing his eyes. What the hell just flew into my eye? Suddenly Zhang Yi was pierced into space, floating in the air. Sudden epidemic expansion. This is a space anomaly. If we have this, we can store resources carefree. Truong Yi's cunning gradually appeared. If I could take advantage of the opportunity, clean up the warehouse of One Mart supermarket, managed by me, then the reserves for people do not have to worry. The plan is done. Zhang's hungry blood rises. It's the end of the world in a month. How much good food to eat quickly? Otherwise, there will be no chance to eat later. The Shine Chong. Shining on the skyscrapers. Hello, all the dishes you ordered have been served. In the chapter Eating Like Starvation for a Long Time, your hands and mouth keep working. You serve fear thinking. Where is the new rich coming from? Fast food is in a hurry. Zhang Yi's tears of happiness. Just like that. Haha, how much is the end of the world? Is the one fighting. My head was bleeding from a pack of instant noodles. It wasn't as easy to eat as it is now. After eating a pot of Kia food, the young man carried a full stomach. Go out. Eat too much, you go leisurely. Your bill has passed 50,000. This is our restaurant's VIP card. Welcome next time. There's nothing I don't use. See that blue-haired girl? Have this toned body. Is the dancer's best friend. Release Ninliao wiggle hand dance love told. You are so lucky to dance. Chasing you, RA is a rich underworld. The dance suddenly thought. Maybe he always pretended. But now touch and pretend to be accidental. Meet and probe also not SAO. Dance lovers look shy tomorrow. The author probably sees that. Let a little more flowers fall as the background for dance. What a coincidence, where are you going? When Truong Yi saw the dance, her face became dark. It's still this form. Tao Mai pretends pure pathetic. The result is that green tea kills me. I want to cut my ribs and make soup. The majestic disdain campaign. Up card black contempt facial. I want to go to the supermarket and buy some stuff. The epidemic silently thought. I can't let her die so easily. Or have to collect 10 items. Free cully give yourself to the door is stupid not to use. Dance lovers still pretend to be pure Tao Mai said. Coincidentally, we're also going shopping. It's easy to walk. Tai Nin said more. Right. I can help you set up. We're neighbors and we have to help each other. In the supermarket, when you see a lot of stuff like this, you ask. Expand translation. How many people have to eat this much? Are you doing anything? Don't tell us anything. I can see that they buy a lot of junk food. That's the question. I want to go camping. 2 people don't eat these things either. Zhang Yi replied. There is an uncertain wind and rain. Maybe someday the end of the world will come. I have to reserve to get through the day. If you want to dance, stand in the picture. AIRA doesn't want to talk. People helped you so much today. I have to invite you to dinner later. I hate to give you an excuse. I've been a little busy lately with no free time. Next month to Kainin carrying household clothes but tired of Thai. I have a great man like you. I wear my clothes without moving my hands and feet. That's a lot of money in my hand. I didn't expect the devil to be stingy. Hearing that, the dance is afraid of the Tainin hands. I'm a little tired of what you said, don't pay attention. We're all good friends, remember? When he saw that, he scratched his head and laughed. Right. My mouth is faster than my brain. Don't put it in your heart. If you accidentally see that, you quickly speak for Tainin. You won't notice such a good campaign. Finished shopping, let's go home. Zhang turned his head. Her eyes glowed with laughter. Haha, of course I didn't notice. In the Truangyi sub-district, Dance and Tainin AI is also tired of Tai for pushing a dozen foods in front of me. Panting. The young man is calm. Go ahead and scan the card. Happy movement in the mind. Information about hoarding is known and not SAO. I just want to stay here. Avenging the neighbors who cut him down in his previous life. My neighbor's curly-haired grandmother is holding the baby. When I saw that I was buying so much food, I thought, that's a lot of food. This young man Zhangyi saw a discount at the supermarket. Buy all the stuff for Monopoly. Seeing that, Uncle Lam asked, the warehouse is liquidating again. You guys brought a lot of stuff. Kainin Ka replied. These things are all bought by Zhang. We're just helping him bring it home. When Mrs. Lam heard that, greed emerged. That's a lot of food, why can you eat it all? How about giving Mrs. Lin a little? You hear that, Truong, your face is dark. Grandma Lin naughty nephew. Try to reach. The chocolate candy bar is in Truong Yip's cart. Truong translated Quick yes. Quick hand took back the chocolate bar from Mrs. Lam's nephew. Then answer, I'm so sorry. I keep these to myself. I saw the chocolate bar in my nephew's hand. Mrs. Lam said. The boy saw the bite to his mouth snatched away. I went crazy, hands and feet dancing all around. You're a bad guy. Give me back the chocolate. Or you'll beat me to death. Zhangyi rolled his eyes pointing to his face. My grandma said one more thing I tore your mouth out. Of course it's a child's birthmark. When I saw that, Mrs. Lam's grandson turned to hug her crying. She saw Truangyi bullying her granddaughter. Lam said, you've grown up like this, how can you compare with children? It's not just a box of chocolates, why give it? Like that. I'll buy it today and give you the money. As if people wanted to take advantage of him, Truangyi immediately opened the QR code of the bank account. Just waiting for Mrs. Lin to scan me. This is me to eat myself. Or give the money now. Or you can go to the supermarket and buy it yourself. She immediately boiled her blood. Her hands were thin. You're too cocky. The damn boy respects you a little bit. I'm a career committee official. The old rapper flowed out of the water. I'll see how you live here. Zhang Ying ignored not caring. She and her husband entered the elevator. Back to Zhang Yi's house. Dancing with your head in the morning reminded. Don't forget to invite the rice. The translation immediately replied through the loudspeaker. Next time yes. I will invite you. I closed the door for an hour. Hold in your hand a list of things to prepare and then open up space. You can put your supplies in heterospatial space and see how it works. Priority food source is inventory confirmation. You can ask someone to get the medicine. Heating products are heaters. You have to add insulation in the house to build an impenetrable steel reinforced block. The rest of the problem is just, young man. The translation is related to the bow and bow slaughter scene. Everywhere. Then wonder the hammer crowbar. Cold weapons are very easy to touch with the bow and arrow. Guns have a way. It's just that weapons like guns have to be made. Zhangyi sat down on the sofa and said, there's a month left anyway. This time sell off the property in hand. If you have money in your hands, there is a way. Early the next morning at Zhang Yi's house, they are giving all the food bought yesterday into space singularity. Sobbing contemplation. There is no change in the vegetables. Live fish, on the contrary, have no way of preserving it. But it's not metamorphosed. See, alien space can't preserve living things. But the speed of time is probably different from the outside. If you can preserve fresh meat. So what's it like to make food? Just thinking about the campaign and dialing the number for the restaurant. The restaurant caught up. Hello, this is a heavenly restaurant. How can I help you? The translator pretends to say, give the phone to your manager. My house is about to invite guests to a mobile party for 3 days and 3 nights. When he finished speaking, Zhangyi stood up. Hello Mr. Zhang, I am the restaurant manager. 500 tables for no less than 100,000. If you need, we will prepare immediately. But you need to deposit 200 grand. The face is still calm. It doesn't matter, send me your account numbers later. Transfer money to you. After that, Truong Yip hung up the phone. I don't know if Zhuang has a family report. Just holding the red window is scary. He holds a red book in his hand. A month later, the money is useless. But buying things now requires money. To the bank. After mortgaging the house my parents left behind. And Truong Yip's accumulated money. My bank account also has 3 numbers. No, that's not enough. The police have to think differently. Account translation calculation. Except for over $1 million for the wine party. It's probably enough to decorate the house again. But I also have to buy a lot of weapons. Capital is not too abundant. Are calculating SAO spending for reasonable. Then suddenly someone told Zhang Yi, or do you need to spend money? This old man with your face, the one who just spoke up, he turned his head and asked him. This guy. It looks as though they are running out of money. You say you don't need money right now. Bank rules are so much. It's not easy to judge, is it? Or try our company. Truong Yip heard that and immediately turned to the cunning face. You have a way, but I need hundreds. On the outside it is. But in body and mind, there's a crooked smile. So quickly, someone gave the money. The translator asked him back, can you really lend me your money? I need $500,000. If only you could help me. Through this difficult period, at most 3 months, I can give you the money back. I thought I was a chicken, but I didn't expect to be a farmer. I thought I caught good food. Immediately say the temptation to translate. This is cute. Our loan budget is very large. Let's go into the company and talk. Into the company, this blonde old man. He then led Zhang to the director. Director, this is Mr. Zhang Yi who wants to borrow money from us. Director Tran. I see my staff bringing good food. I borrowed a lot. Pay as long as you prepare. Frankly, our interest rates are very high. Seems this interest-bearing loan from Director Tran. It was bad, but the director reminded me. If the interest rate is very high, it is considered human. Mr. Kia said to the director that he handled a little special. Zhang's business needs money urgently to turn around. After overcoming this difficulty, you can definitely pay immediately. That's right, Truong Yi replied immediately. Yes, I can pay it back very soon. High interest rates are not bad. That sounds like Director Chen is quite pleased. So our interest rate is 40%. Borrowed $500,000. Sign the contract immediately. You can transfer it to your account. Chung Yi happily clasped her hands. Thank you to the director. Thank you, director. Thank you, director. But there's only this box. Still can't be guaranteed. Director Chen added. Give me something worth $500,000 as a mortgage. You can take it now. Truong Yi heard that. Put up your land papers on a mortgage. My room costs more than $500,000. I'll give you this as a mortgage. That's right, there's a $300,000 Mercedes-Benz. Until then, if I can't pay you back, you can take it. The director is not stupid. You have a lot of room. It's only 4 to 5,000. If I want to take $500,000 from here, I've got a hole. The epidemic looks miserable. Mr. Chen, you must help me. I need money urgently now. You can transfer money to me today. I only need $450. Director Chen remained unmoved and insisted. Can't. This business really doesn't work. The angry liquid banged against the table. 400,000 can be transferred in. I only need 400 today. When the time comes, I'll pay you $700. Hear that? Director Chen accepted this business. I'll give you a special application. Aesthetic translation. The bank paperwork just now. Of course it can't be faked, but the world is only a month away. These two pig heads. Afraid it's time to die. I can't get this debt back. The blonde Kia laughed and whispered to Director Chen. Borrowed 400,000, mortgaged the room. Looks like this kid really has an emergency. Director Chen laughed slyly. Otherwise, SAO borrowed 400,000 to pay 700,000. This money can be at least 300,000. Don't worry about sales this month. The two crooks looked at each other. Director Chen spoke up. I have to figure out how to dry this chicken. If you hear that, Kia knows what you mean. I'm going to contact a foreign organization now. See what he's worth. Can the money be sold? Get in the car and speak contemptuously. That's two nice people giving me money to spend. I just got in the car and got $400. Now the account balance. Truong Yip's figure also reached 900 million. Now there's money to build a safe room. Truong Yip to Long War Security Company. Warlong Security Company. It is one of the largest security companies in the United States. Providing security services to countless famous people. Politics and business. Thought movement. In my previous life there was news. Is that they used to build a top-notch safe room. Worth $1 billion. For the son of real estate agent. Even in the face. Then that rich young man. It can also rely on the safe room. That live very comfortably. Are drowning in thought. Then suddenly the director of the security company showed up. Hello, my name is Korn. Director of the Department of Business. Is there anything you need us to do? Zhang Yi saw that and stood up to shake the director's hand. I need you. Build me the safest room. We can survive the end of the world. The nostalgic director heard that and his eyes lit up. Warlong. We're the world's top security company. Sure, it can meet any of your needs. The list price of the item is in. Above you can choose. Campaign handle contract on hand seriously considered. There are the following items in the contract. Reinforce the room with aviation materials. Alloy use needle thickness 200 mm. Direct replacement for walls. The ceiling and the floor before that. The balcony was fixed to bulletproof glass. The strongest strength, even in extreme temperatures. There won't be any major changes. Ventilation system installation of air filtration function. No harmful gases can enter. Monitoring system. Add a 360-degree camera. No dead corners in or out of the room. It can trigger an alert immediately. Room door reinforcement. Double anti-theft door bars. Sturdy shoes. It's the same material as the bank's gold doors. Even small bombs are hard to open. It seems that all items satisfy Zhang Yi. Truong thoughts. The goal is only one. That's renovating my room into an iron turtle shell. No one can get in. People often see Truong epidemic like that as aesthetic. I don't know if his reason is true or false. There is no shortage of people with money in the world. Worry about life. Of my family. The company also operates from their wishes. After reading it, Truong returned the category for the nostalgic. They seem to know the customer's mind. That's what people say. Whether this is a 120 square meter room on the 24th floor. But by renovating these, you just need to arm yourself. This room is the core. Surprising translation. Oh. Are you still studying the bunker? Always explain. I used to be a mercenary overseas, so the understanding is very clear. About military-related knowledge. When I heard that, I suddenly had an idea. Do you have a way to get a gun? Mr. Zhang replied that Mr. On principle, it doesn't allow for personal storage. Have you encountered any formidable enemies? He scratched his head and explained that. Yes, I have sinned against some of the people above. They're even more evil. They've got guns in their hands. Dark-faced Truong slowly he asked the nostalgic corn. I did this safe room project. It also costs more than 800. And then whatever happens, you guys. It's not easy to say. It's just helping me get a toy for my dorm room. It's not hard, is it? He closed his eyes and smiled and said in his heart. Of course there is, but I can't just give it to one person. There is no background. Then he stood up and looked at Zhang Yi and answered. Within half a month, we can renovate the safe room for you. During this time period. Any news about getting a gun? I'll let you know. Truong heard that and somehow felt reassured and replied, so I'm waiting for your news. Take into account what needs to be done. Next is to go to the hunting club. That's where the critical cold weapons are. The police arrived at that place early in the morning. Because you buy too much. So the people there asked Mr. Zhang. I bought so many weapons once. Sao lions and hyenas in Africa a lot. If you want to go hunting, be careful. He walked to his car and answered. Don't worry, I'll call my friends this time. Make sure you use your goods to show off your skills. I get in the car in my seat, then there's a crossbow with more than 10 arrows. I thought. Fortunately, Kia had a hunting certificate, so now, even if there's things like crossbows down hunting, they are not afraid of being questioned. Moved to below the apartment. I saw Uncle Il screaming not to come in. So those are the trucks. Food transportation for Truong. IU continued that. Put a lot of things in there. You definitely need the boss's approval. I can't let you in on my own. Zhang Yi saw that and came up to raise his hand and said, Uncle IU, this is all food delivery. Let them in. I can't help but be surprised. Ask them to give you food. What do you eat? It takes 10 cars to get here. People nearby. When Truong Yip said that, he talked about it. There must be at least a few hundred tables. Where is he going to put it? It is the Door of Grace. It is a very large hotel. Hundreds of tables, at least hundreds of thousands. A single meal of wine costs more than $100,000. The epidemic is really deep and unpredictable. Love is also in the crowd and also heard Zhang Yi's words. This time she was sure. See, Truong Yi is really not short of money. I was a little nervous and had a dark thought. If he's really a rich kid, then let him be alone with me. Put your arm up. And give directions to the driver. Move to the warehouse. I've already spoken to the manager there for an hour. She was so shy to put her hands on her head. I can feel your fake. Your face is a little blue. Just keep the misunderstanding. Dance love. Wait until you realize the truth. I will personally take you to hell. Then you go up to your house. Open the door and walk in. A food carrier came to me and laughed and said, Mr. Zhang, 500 wine tables have been delivered. Have a nice meal. Tang Translate replied. It's been a long day. Let me check it out. You walk inside, and I'm overwhelmed by these boxes of goods. Then think that. These delicacies plus the concentrated hot pot sauce and the raw materials in the warehouse. Hoa Nam you take hand. Emit a series of blue rays. To get all this stuff into the warehouse. Then I imagined myself, lying on attractive food, drool and enjoy thinking. They can also eat hot pot at any time. For the next half of my life, I eat. The next day, repairman Cho Truong has arrived. And bring your stuff in. You stand outside the door. Just held the cell phone. Just watching the stuff. I was caught by my neighbors standing in a nearby corner. Then whisper, has this epidemic been taking the wrong medicine recently? I don't do so much work all day. A few days ago at the supermarket, I saw him buy 3 cars. I put the food away. I don't know if the world is coming to an end. I have so much food to waste. There must be something wrong with the nerve. You get a message from the director, Long War Security. 3 days later, someone gets you what you need. But the price is a little expensive. Translate reply. No problem, just good quality. They go back to the workers. Put your hand out and talk. Repair is for you. This time I will be at the hotel. The worker replied, don't worry, just let us worry. He turns around and puts his hands in his pants pocket. 1 month later, you'll understand that AI is the real joke. Then translate to HOA Nam supermarket warehouse. You're at Director Chow's desk. Laugh and say, give me your proposal. Director Chow, I need a large amount of essential medicines that work well. His brother-in-law is the deputy director of Nin Tea Everyone is a colleague helping each other. Director Chow adjusted his collar. His face was uncomfortable and he answered, IRA Xiaozhang, about using this right to private counsel. We can't do that. Unless you start laughing right away, you'll reveal your teeth. Put up a finger and say, I paid twice the market price, make sure you don't get hurt. Director Chow saw that and regained his smiling face. He also held up a finger like Zhang Yi. When you say, you said it yourself. Respect normal love. I seriously try to work. Application for 20 days leave sent to Kia personnel. I have also approved it. The clothes are tomorrow. It can come. Zhang Yi heard that and laughed with satisfaction. Put your hands together happily. Thank you very much. I will transfer it now. To move into heterospatial space. Look at the busy pile and cosmetic belly. Food daily items. The tools are all there. Everything you need in life is already there. It doesn't matter if we feed 1,000 people here. Put the black hat on your head. Put your hand down and seriously consider it. Just in case that happens a week before. You have to transport this place. There can't be any negligence. The epidemic passes by. Then accidentally met Fuang Vu Love and Zhou Ping. She holds 2 tickets to tell her husband. Are you free this weekend? Do you have tickets to the concert or do we? Dance with your hands on your hair. Thank you Chow bye. But I've had a date with someone else tonight. It's embarrassing. Chow saw Truangyi walking by laughing contemptuously. He's angry. Turn to your face and scold. You're not working well at all. A big man. Let a woman move her clothes. This action of his. It makes Fuang Vu a little surprised. She also laughed except for one. Pheasant is more hot. Point to her and tell the translation. Today I went to work complaining of back pain. Next time something like this happens, I hope you don't bother people anymore. The dancer Kia can really talk to Chow with awkward. Say no, say no. In fact, people's health doesn't matter. I can see that Chow said that. Looking at the dance with bullet-shaped eyes and underground. Get out right away. This woman is bragging about this outside. And she's holding a glass of hot water. Hands on hips. He looked at her with a straight face and said, it's just that people can't seem to do manual work. My back is a little tired. It's like thinking the wrong thing you said. His face turned red awkwardly. Point your hand to the movement again and give an order. He quickly gave NDT 500 for Wuxing to the doctor. Don't leave him alone. Say what you want to say, with a serious face. You said she took the initiative to move things for me. I didn't ask for help. Using a threatening and sarcastic face asked Zhou Bai. What are you more? Pointing in front of me. You really see yourself in people. After that, Zhang Yi turned around. My dad seemed to be afraid. He stepped back anxiously answering. I'm just negotiating with you. Why are you talking so loud? Then turn to the dance and tell her. Dance, you said Truangyi. This is not a good thing. Stay away from him later. The dancer holds the glass of water in her hand. She looked at the shadow of Zhang Yi's back and wondered, how many days today? It's like changing into a different person, not actively talking to me. I don't text you goodnight anymore. There must be something wrong. The next day at the hotel. I just came out of the bathroom in the morning. I saw the message of love. I feel a little strange lately. I just started stocking up. Just repaired the room. Has anything happened recently? Untranslated hand wipes wet hair. Hold the phone and think. Fuang Vu Love's message. I think I'm starting to suspect. Fuang Vu Love message continues. Looks like it's been our contact lately. There's a little bit of no air. It makes me feel lonely. Sitting on the bed. And turn on unread message mode. The dance partner on the side of Kia is upset. This disease is worth dying for. Have you been hit by evil recently? The lady was actively looking for him. He dared not reply to my messages. Kai Nin stepped out of the bathroom. Listen to the dancer say that you also interfere a little more. The recent epidemic has been a bit strange. Then unpleasantly reached out his arms. Then she continued. Ma, I wonder why he bought so much food and drink. More, there are many wine tables in the hotel. It's like supplies are really going to be in serious shortage. Kai Nin sat down next to Fuang Vu and wiped her cheeks. At this point, the woman had a little question and turned to him. Ning, you said look at this time. What's really going on? They get some news. So I started stocking up. Kai Nin laughed. She replied, are you stupid? If something really happens, there will definitely be an announcement. Then she came to hug Cho Fuang Vu's shoulder and reassure. Let's just rest assured to live. If you store real things, that's it. It becomes a joke for others. The dance sounds right. She closed her eyes and enjoyed herself. You said yes. A week later, Zhang Yu was delivered weapons to Tay. You're holding a gun in your hand and you're looking at it. It's finally in hand. Although the price is a bit very expensive, well done. It's much safer to have this. When the end comes. Xingyang the doorbell. A deliverer man pushing according to the crate. Zhang Yi. Hello, Mr. Zhang, here is your order. Please sign for it. Take the bill in your hand and sign it. You are content to think stomach. The medicine needed to survive in the face is already there. The rest is just signed. I'll give you the paper. It's convenient to deliver. Actually, I still have a few items to order on the delivery app. There's a lot of food. If you don't mind, then can you send this notice before you get there? The deliverer man happily picked it up and answered, it doesn't matter where you want to send it. That's when you got the news. Message that the house has been repaired. He turned to look at the delivery and replied, now I'm going home on a trip and I'm taking you there. Before moving home, look around satisfied thinking. It's not the top security company in the country. Quality and speed of safe room renovation. There's nothing to argue about. A guy with glasses. Talk about the room that's just been renovated. With the translation chapter. We did it at your request. Processing alloy 200mm thick needle throughout the room. The ventilation system uses a military-like operating system. Can filter all the harmful air. To prevent someone from attacking with poison gas in and outside. The heating system throughout the room has also redone it all. Use professional materials of the department. Scientific research. In addition to renovating the fireplace in your wall, we can even prevent the temperature from being reduced by 99%. 2 people walk out on the balcony. He went on. The material of the windows is bulletproof. It is also explosion-proof. Even more solid than the Kim fusion in the room. Moreover, it takes light for you, and convenient for outside observation. Finally you. I raised my glasses and laughed with satisfaction. More so to protect your safety. We've installed surveillance throughout the building. There are 300 cameras in total. You can monitor every floor of the building.